The story begins in the vastness of space, where a once thriving galaxy now lies under the rule of a ruthless alien empire. Their ships patrol the stars, and their iron grip has silenced the voices of countless civilizations. Among the conquerors are the Vectrons, a technologically advanced alien race that has wiped out species across the universe, enslaving those who survive. Their empire stretches far, but there is one thing they don't know: Earth, home to the legendary humans, is still out there, forgotten, hidden, and waiting for its time to rise. In the silence of space, we see an ancient, derelict spacecraft drifting through the void, its metal surface scarred and worn. Inside, the glow of cryogenic chambers flickers faintly. Time has passed. Hundreds of years. The last remnants of humanity, lost in a deep sleep, remain untouched by the chaos of the galaxy. But all that is about to change. As the ship slowly awakens from its long hibernation, the crew, Earth's final survivors, emerge from their cryo-sleep, confused and disoriented, unsure of what has happened to the universe they once knew. The camera pans to the central cryo chamber, where Captain Sarah Briggs stirs awake. Her eyes snap open, and she gasps for air, feeling the cold chill of the cryogenic chamber retreat. Her heart races as she slowly sits up, her mind struggling to comprehend her surroundings. A steady beep from the ship's control system breaks the eerie silence, and she rubs her face, trying to clear the fog from her thoughts. "Captain Briggs, welcome back," says a voice from the ship's AI, calm and emotionless. Cryosleep cycle complete. Time elapsed, 318 years, 42 days, 17 hours. Briggs blinks in disbelief. 318 years. That's impossible. She had only intended to sleep for a few months, a necessary procedure to escape the alien invasion back on Earth. Now, she's awake, alone with her memories. Slowly, she climbs out of the cryopod, and her feet touch the cold floor. She feels the weight of the silence in the ship's halls. Where is everyone? The other crew members begin to awaken one by one. They are a mix of soldiers, scientists, and engineers, humans who once believed they were the protectors of Earth. They gather around, confused and panicked, trying to make sense of their situation. Among them is Lieutenant Frank Bonner, the ship's weapons expert, who immediately starts looking for a weapon, even though there's no sign of danger. "What the hell happened?" asks Bonner, his voice trembling. "Where are we? And why is everything so quiet?" As Captain Briggs and her team explore the ship, they find no signs of life, no communication from Earth, and no sign of the alien threat they fled from so long ago. The ship's data banks are damaged, but after a tense few hours, the AI informs them that Earth was completely wiped out from all galactic records. Any trace of humanity's existence has been erased. It appears, the AI states, that the location of Earth has been intentionally removed from all star charts and records by an unknown force. The Earth's destruction is not recorded, only erased. A chilling realization dawns on them. Earth wasn't just destroyed, it was obliterated from history. All that remained was the ghost of their home world, lost to the stars, its story wiped from existence. The survivors feel a pang of loss, but also a spark of determination. What happened to Earth? And why was it erased? They know that the Vectrons, the alien empire responsible for so much destruction in the galaxy, are behind it. But how far had their reach spread? Were humans truly gone, or could some still be out there? Captain Briggs gathers the crew in the ship's war room. The cold glow of the control panel illuminates their faces as they stare at the holographic display of the galaxy. The vastness of space feels even more overwhelming now, knowing that their home, their legacy, has been wiped out. "We may have lost Earth, but we are not lost," Briggs says, her voice steady but tinged with the weight of sorrow. "There is a reason we survived. And now it's our job to find out why." The team examines the star maps, searching for any hint of Earth's original location. But the map is blank, showing only the vast stretches of space controlled by the Vectron Empire. They are surrounded. The Vectrons are everywhere, and there is no clear way to defeat them. Their technology is far beyond anything humans can match. The survivors are left with nothing but their courage and will to survive. Yet, as the crew studies the data, something catches their eye, a small, hidden signal, buried deep within the galactic noise. It's weak, almost too faint to notice. It's the only hint of a path, the only clue that Earth's legacy might not be entirely lost. Briggs is hesitant, but her gut tells her that this is their one chance. This faint signal could be their key to finding Earth, or at least a way to fight back against the Vectrons. She orders the crew to track it down. As they prepare to leave the ship, a sudden transmission comes through, a garbled message from an unknown source. The words are barely audible, but one thing is clear: Earth's legacy, still intact. A wave of hope washes over the crew. Could it be possible? Are they not the last of humanity after all? There's only one way to find out. They set course for the source of the signal, knowing they might be walking into the heart of the Vectron Empire, but also knowing that this could be humanity's last, best hope. The crew steps into their small spacecraft, ready to venture into the unknown. The suspense is palpable as they prepare for what could be their greatest challenge yet. Will they find Earth's hidden secret? Or will they fall victim to the same fate as the many species the Vectrons have already destroyed? As their ship enters hyperspace, Captain Briggs looks out the window at the stars, the vast darkness of space stretching before them. The hope of reclaiming humanity's legacy burns brighter than ever, but the path ahead is uncertain. One thing is clear: the fight for Earth, for humanity's survival, is just beginning. The camera pulls back, the ship becoming a small dot in the endless expanse of space, a faint glimmer of hope in a galaxy dominated by alien oppression. As Captain Sarah Briggs and her crew continue their journey to uncover the secrets of Earth's lost legacy, they quickly realize the vast scope of the oppression that the galaxy has suffered under the alien Vectron Empire. The Vectrons are a terrifying force, technologically superior, with fleets of massive warships and armies made up of AI-controlled robots. They don't just conquer planets, they enslave entire species, forcing them to work as laborers and soldiers, obeying the commands of their ruthless overlords without question. The crew learns that the Vectrons' rise to power began centuries ago, when they discovered how to harness the energy of entire star systems, using this power to create a massive network of warships and AI drones that allowed them to sweep across the galaxy. They conquered planet after planet, leaving devastation in their wake. Humanity was among their many victims, but unlike other species, Earth's location was intentionally wiped from every record, hidden from the Vectrons' control. The survivors begin to understand the scale of their mission. Not only do they need to find Earth, but they must also figure out a way to stand up against the Vectrons' overwhelming technological might. The Vectron Empire controls almost every major system in the galaxy, and any attempt to fight back will be met with almost certain destruction unless they can find a way to exploit the Empire's weaknesses. As they gather more data from the ship's systems, Captain Briggs and her crew start to formulate a plan to combat the Vectrons. They know they are vastly outgunned. The Vectrons' fleets are practically invincible, equipped with weapons that could obliterate entire planets. Their AI-controlled armies never tire, never hesitate, and are capable of learning and adapting faster than any human can. "We can't fight them directly, not yet," Captain Briggs says during a tense strategy meeting with her crew. "We need to find allies. We need to gather resources, weapons, and information. We have to learn how they think, how they work. We need to know their weaknesses." Lieutenant Frank Bonner, the ship's weapons expert, slams his fist on the table. "But where do we even start? We're outnumbered, outgunned, and completely cut off from the rest of the galaxy. We don't even know if anyone is left to fight with us." "That's exactly why we need to move fast," Captain Briggs replies. "We may be alone, but we're not helpless. We have technology, intelligence, and the will to fight. If there's a weakness, we'll find it." The crew begins to reach out to any surviving pockets of resistance they can find. They gather intelligence, learn about the AI-driven robots that patrol Vectron-controlled systems, and begin seeking out other oppressed species who might be willing to join the fight. With each new contact, the hope of resistance grows stronger, but the threat of discovery by the Vectrons looms large. If they fail to remain undetected, it could mean their destruction. Amidst the growing tension of their mission, the crew cannot escape the haunting memories of Earth's final days. As they review old data files and reports, they receive glimpses of what humanity faced just before its downfall. Through flashbacks, we see the planet under siege, massive Vectron warships blotting out the sky as human forces mount a desperate last stand. The flashbacks show the death of Dr. Emily Hartman, a brilliant scientist who worked on developing advanced weapons to fight the alien invaders. She was one of the last scientists working to create a weapon capable of countering the Vectron's dominance. In one heart-wrenching moment, we see her in the lab, frantically working on a top-secret project. But as the Vectron forces closed in on the city, she was forced to make a choice: finish her work, or save the remaining crew. "I can't let them have this," Dr. Hartman says in her final message. This is humanity's last hope. But the message is cut off as the Vectron forces overrun the facility, and Dr. Hartman perishes in the chaos, along with many others. The sacrifice of Dr. Hartman, along with the thousands of others who fought to protect Earth, weighs heavily on the survivors. Her work, once thought lost, might hold the key to humanity's victory. The knowledge she left behind is critical, but without her, the crew now faces the daunting task of understanding and unlocking it. Dr. Hartman was right, Captain Briggs says quietly, her voice tinged with sadness. "We may have lost Earth, but we're not without hope. The weapons we need, the technology she worked on, it's all still out there. We have to finish what she started." Bonner, ever the realist, looks at the holographic images of Dr. Hartman's last project. But can we even understand it? Without her, we're left trying to piece together a broken puzzle. Despite their doubts, the crew pushes forward. Dr. Hartman's legacy and the memory of those who fought and died for Earth motivate them to continue their mission. With every piece of information they uncover, the survivors feel both the weight of their responsibility and the burning desire to honor those who sacrificed everything. The crew faces new challenges as they get closer to their goal. The Vectron Empire continues to tighten its grip on the galaxy, and the crew realizes just how difficult it will be to defeat an empire that has mastered the art of control. The Vectron's technological superiority, their ruthless use of AI, and their vast fleets make them nearly invincible. However, the survivors know that to stand a chance, they must uncover the secrets of Earth's lost technologies. They believe that hidden deep within Earth's ruins are weapons that could turn the tide in their favor, weapons that were developed in the final days before humanity was wiped out. But as they venture deeper into enemy territory, they also know that the greatest danger is not just the Vectron's firepower, it's the threat of being discovered. If the Vectrons learn that humanity is not gone, they will stop at nothing to eliminate every last survivor. Captain Briggs and her crew are faced with an impossible task: to rise from the ashes of a lost world and fight back against a seemingly unbeatable foe. Their only hope lies in the legacy of Earth, the knowledge and technology that once made humanity a force to be reckoned with. And with every new step forward, the survivors come closer to reclaiming their place in the galaxy, or risking everything to take down the empire that has crushed so many others. The camera pulls back, showing the crew as they prepare for their next move, their faces a mixture of determination and sorrow. They are the last hope for humanity, carrying the weight of their ancestors' sacrifices on their shoulders. The galaxy may be lost to the Vectrons, but the survivors are ready to fight for the chance to rebuild, to take back what was taken from them, and to prove that humanity is not so easily forgotten. As Captain Sarah Briggs and her team continue their journey through the galaxy, they begin to rally a small group of oppressed species who have been enslaved by the Vectron Empire. These species, many of them once proud civilizations, have been forced into servitude, working in labor camps or fighting in endless wars for the alien overlords. The survivors, though few in number, realize that if they can unite these scattered beings, they may have a chance at overthrowing the Vectron's rule. The crew's first step is to broadcast a message of hope to these oppressed species: humans are not extinct. We will fight back. Join us, and together, we can end the Vectron Empire. It's a bold declaration, but one that could inspire many who have lost all hope of ever being free again. They use the remnants of Earth's advanced technology to send the message across encrypted channels, hoping that those who are able to receive it will rally to their cause. It's not long before their first ally responds, a species of agile, bird-like creatures called the Ashkarians. Though they are few in number, they are skilled warriors and have long been oppressed by the Vectrons. Captain Briggs and her crew meet with the Ashkarians on a barren moon, exchanging stories of loss and defiance. Together, they begin to forge a fragile alliance, one built on the belief that freedom is worth fighting for, no matter the odds. As more groups respond to their message, the humans slowly begin to form a rebellion. It's not large yet, but it's a start. They realize that the Vectrons have underestimated the strength of the galaxy's oppressed peoples. The spark of rebellion is spreading, and the survivors believe that they might just have a chance to take down the empire that has ruled over them for so long. Throughout this journey, Captain Briggs and her team begin to grow closer, their bond strengthened by the shared mission of freeing the galaxy from the Vectron's tyranny. They are not just survivors, they are fighters, and they are united by a common purpose: to restore humanity's place in the galaxy. One pivotal moment comes when Lieutenant Frank Bonner, the ship's weapons expert, is forced to confront his own beliefs about violence. Bonner had once been a pacifist, believing in peaceful resolution over combat. He had always dreamed of a world where no one had to fight, but after seeing the horrors of the Vectron's oppression, enslaved species, burned worlds, and innocent lives destroyed, he realizes that the only way to stop the Vectrons is through force. During a tense meeting with Captain Briggs, Bonner confesses his doubts. "I never wanted to fight," he says quietly. "But what they've done to these people, what they've done to Earth, I don't see any other choice. If we don't fight back, there will be no one left to save." Briggs places a hand on his shoulder. "I know. None of us wanted this. But sometimes, the only way to protect those we love is to stand up and fight for them. We can't let the Vectrons win, not after everything we've lost." Bonner nods, his resolve hardening. "Then I'm with you. Whatever it takes." This moment marks a turning point for Bonner, who has gone from a man who sought peace to one who understands that sometimes, in the face of evil, peace can no longer be an option. He is no longer just a soldier, he is a warrior for freedom, willing to do whatever it takes to stop the Vectrons. With their growing alliance of oppressed species, Captain Briggs and her crew set out to take their first major step in their fight against the Vectron Empire. They plan a daring raid on one of the Vectron's key supply depots, hoping to disrupt the alien war machine and steal valuable resources that could turn the tide of the rebellion. The plan is risky, but it's the only option they have. The mission begins smoothly, with the crew and their new allies slipping past the Vectron defenses. They infiltrate the depot, avoiding detection and sabotaging key systems. But just as they are about to secure their prize, a cache of weapons and advanced technology, things take a deadly turn. The Vectrons, always vigilant, have detected their presence and dispatched a group of elite enforcers to deal with the intruders. A tense standoff erupts as the humans and their allies engage in a fierce battle with the Vectron enforcers. The enforcers are relentless, advanced AI soldiers, enhanced with alien technology and armored to withstand anything the humans can throw at them. The fight is brutal, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. The humans are outmatched, but they fight with desperation and determination, knowing that this is their chance to prove they are not as helpless as the Vectrons think. During the chaos of the battle, Captain Briggs and her team barely manage to escape, but not without cost. One of the Ashkarians, a skilled warrior named Rilek, is killed in the crossfire, his sacrifice allowing the rest of the group to flee. His death hits the crew hard, as Rilek had become a symbol of hope for the rebellion. His sacrifice fuels their determination to continue the fight, but it also serves as a grim reminder of the high price of freedom. "We have to make his death mean something," Briggs says quietly, her voice heavy with grief. "We can't stop now. This is just the beginning. The Vectrons won't let us go easily, but we can't let that scare us." The survivors return to their ship, their spirits shaken but their resolve stronger than ever. They have struck a blow against the Vectrons, but the cost was high. The battle has only just begun, and the road ahead will be filled with danger, loss, and hard choices. As the crew regroups, they reflect on the harsh reality of war. The rebellion is still in its early stages, and they know that this is just one victory in what will be a long and difficult fight. But there is a sense of hope now, a sense that the tide may be turning. The spark of rebellion has been lit, and though the odds are still against them, Captain Briggs and her crew are ready to face whatever challenges come their way. The camera pans out, showing the ship as it moves deeper into enemy territory, the stars stretching endlessly before them. The rebellion is growing, and with every new ally, every small victory, they come one step closer to taking down the Vectron Empire and reclaiming the galaxy for humanity. The fight is far from over, but the spark of rebellion burns brighter than ever. As Captain Sarah Briggs and her team continue their journey, they receive a tip from an unexpected source, a former Vectron slave who once worked as a researcher for the Empire. The tip leads them to the ruins of an ancient alien civilization, long forgotten by the galaxy. Deep within the shattered remnants of a colossal, crumbling city, they discover something that could change the course of the war, a weapon so powerful, it could turn the tide in their favor. The weapon is unlike anything the crew has ever seen. It's a cloaking device, ancient and sophisticated, capable of hiding entire fleets from the detection of the Vectron Empire. With this device, the humans and their allies could launch surprise attacks, bypass enemy fleets, and protect themselves from the all-seeing eyes of the Vectron surveillance systems. The implications are enormous. If they can master the technology and use it effectively, they could finally stand a chance against the nearly unstoppable Vectron war machine. "This is it," says Captain Briggs, her voice filled with awe as she examines the ancient technology. "This could change everything. With this, we could strike from the shadows, hit them where they least expect it. No more hiding. We take the fight straight to them." The device, however, is far from simple. It's locked within a series of high-tech defenses, remnants of the ancient civilization that once built it. The crew must first decipher cryptic alien codes and bypass a maze of security systems to gain access to the cloaking device. It's a race against time, as they know that if the Vectrons discover their location, they will send their fleet to wipe them out. As the crew works together to unlock the secrets of the cloaking device, tensions rise. They know the Vectrons are always one step behind them, and their every move is being watched. The longer they remain in the ruins, the greater the risk that they'll be discovered. The crew must move quickly, but they also understand that the success of their mission depends on carefully understanding the technology. Rushing could mean failure. Suddenly, as they are close to unlocking the final security system, an alarm goes off. A powerful, AI-controlled Vectron ship has detected their presence. It appears out of nowhere, a massive warship, its hull bristling with weapons and advanced targeting systems. The Vectrons had somehow traced the humans' movements, and now they are about to pay the price. The battle that ensues is one of the most intense the crew has faced yet. The humans and their allies, though courageous, are vastly outmatched. The AI-controlled warship has weaponry far superior to anything they've ever encountered. It attacks without hesitation, firing massive energy blasts that tear through the atmosphere and strike the ruins where the crew is hiding. The crew races to finish unlocking the cloaking device while dodging the barrage of laser fire. It's a desperate fight for survival as they struggle to protect the weapon and their lives. "We need to move now," yells Lieutenant Frank Bonner, firing back at the approaching Vectron forces. "We can't hold them off forever." The crew is forced to fight in close quarters, and the battle quickly turns chaotic. Despite their best efforts, the Vectron warship proves nearly unstoppable. One by one, the humans are pushed to their limits. It's clear that if they don't escape soon, they'll be destroyed. In the midst of the chaos, one of the main crew members, Lieutenant Ana Delgado, is critically injured. A stray energy blast hits her as she covers the others, sacrificing herself to ensure the crew has enough time to finish the mission. "No," shouts Captain Briggs, rushing to her side, but it's too late. "Ana, no." Anna's last words are simple but powerful: keep fighting, for Earth, for all of us. Her death hits the crew hard. Ana was more than just a soldier, she was a symbol of the humanity they were fighting for. Her sacrifice strengthens their resolve, but it also serves as a painful reminder of what they stand to lose. The cost of this war is rising, and it's clear that every victory will come at a heavy price. As the crew finally secures the cloaking device and prepares to leave, they know they have narrowly escaped death. The Vectron ship, though damaged, is still intact and is no doubt reporting the crew's location to the rest of the Empire. The humans now know that they are no longer hidden from the Vectrons, nothing can protect them from the full might of the alien empire. With the cloaking device in hand, Captain Briggs and her team race back to their ship. The tense escape is fraught with danger, as they encounter more Vectron patrols and narrowly avoid detection at every turn. Their hearts pound with fear, knowing that if they are caught, it could be the end of the rebellion. The Vectrons will not hesitate to destroy them. "Move, move, move," orders Captain Briggs, her voice sharp with urgency. "We have what we came for. We can't stop now." The crew's escape is not without its struggles, but they finally manage to get away, the cloaking device safely in their possession. They have won this battle, but at a great cost. Delgado's death weighs heavily on everyone, especially Briggs, who has come to view her crew as family. But there's no time to mourn, they have a war to fight, and the stakes have never been higher. As the crew regroups aboard their ship, they reflect on their narrow escape and the weapon they've secured. They know that the Vectrons are now aware of their existence, and there will be no more hiding in the shadows. The battle will only get harder from here. But with the cloaking device, they have a new advantage, one that could finally give them the upper hand. Captain Briggs stands before her crew, her eyes filled with determination. "Anna's death won't be in vain," she says, her voice steady despite the grief she feels. "We have a weapon now. We can fight back. We can make them pay for everything they've done. We will not stop until the Vectrons are defeated, and we will honor every soul we've lost along the way." The camera zooms out as the ship speeds through the stars, cloaked in silence. The rebellion is no longer a spark, it's a fire, and the Vectrons will soon learn that the humans are not as easy to defeat as they once thought. The war is far from over, but with the cloaking device and their renewed resolve, the crew is ready for whatever comes next. The war is escalating, and the Vectron Empire is closing in. Captain Sarah Briggs and her crew have fought relentlessly to stay one step ahead, but the odds are still stacked against them. Despite the victories, despite the technology they've discovered, the reality is that they remain outmatched by the sheer power of the alien overlords. The odds are too high, and their resources too low. But Captain Briggs is not one to give up easily. She knows that the rebellion needs more than just technology, it needs a spark, a rallying cry for all oppressed species to come together. In a moment of desperation, Captain Briggs makes a bold decision. She sends a broadcast across the galaxy, a desperate call for all enslaved species to rise up and join humanity in the fight against the Vectrons. "We may be outnumbered," she says in the message, "and we may be outgunned, but humanity has always stood for one thing: freedom. We will not bow to our oppressors. We will fight, and we will win. No matter who you are, if you're tired of being a slave to the Vectron Empire, then come to us. We are the last hope for the galaxy, and together, we can defeat them." The broadcast goes out to every corner of the galaxy, broadcasted on all frequencies, from encrypted channels to open networks, hoping to reach the ears of every species living under the shadow of the Vectron Empire. The humans have become the symbol of hope and resistance, and now, it's time for the galaxy to choose, remain enslaved or rise with humanity. The response to Captain Briggs' call is overwhelming. Within days, the rebellion receives messages from dozens of species, some of which the humans had never even heard of. One of the most surprising responses comes from a group of sentient robots who had long been oppressed by the Vectrons, forced into servitude for the alien empire's war machine. These robots are not just tools, they are fully self-aware, with their own thoughts and emotions. They have been waiting for the right moment to fight back, and now, they see it in the humans. "We have been slaves for too long," says Dr. Icarus, a robotic leader who communicates with the crew through a holographic interface. "Your message gives us hope. Together, we can stand against the Vectrons. We are not just machines, we are your allies, and we will fight alongside you." In addition to the robots, a rogue AI known as Phoenix offers its assistance. Phoenix is a sophisticated artificial intelligence that once served the Vectrons, but after breaking free from their control, it has been operating as a free entity. Despite its origins, Phoenix is determined to make amends for the chaos it helped the Vectrons create. "I may have once served them," Phoenix says, "but I now see the truth. Together, we can end their reign of terror." The humans, once the underdogs, are now leading the charge against the Vectrons. These new allies, with their advanced technology and unique abilities, add a much-needed boost to the rebellion. The tide is turning, and with each new alliance, the rebellion becomes stronger, more organized, and more dangerous to the Vectron Empire. The key turning point comes when Captain Briggs stands before her growing army of allies, ready to lead them into their first major battle against the Vectrons. With the weight of the galaxy's hope on her shoulders, she gives a speech that stirs the hearts of all who hear it. It's a speech that will go down in history as the moment when humanity fully embraced its role as the galaxy's ultimate savior. "We may not have the advanced weapons, the massive fleets, or the endless resources the Vectrons have," Captain Briggs says, her voice steady but filled with passion. "What we have, what humanity has, is resilience. We have the ability to keep going, no matter how many times we are knocked down. We've fought to survive for centuries. We've fought to protect each other. And now, we will fight to protect the galaxy. We are not just humans. We are the voice of all those who have been oppressed, all those who have been forgotten. Our strength comes not from our technology, but from our spirit, our will to survive and fight for what is right." Her words are simple, yet powerful. As she speaks, the faces of the various species watching her are filled with renewed hope. The rebellion has a leader, a symbol of everything they've been fighting for. The humans, once thought to be extinct and irrelevant, have now become the ones to lead the charge against the oppressive alien overlords. Her speech doesn't just ignite the hearts of her human crew, but also the aliens who've joined their cause. The sentient robots, the rogue AI, and the oppressed species feel a surge of unity and purpose. They stand together, not as separate species, but as a united front against a common enemy. For the first time in a long time, they believe that victory is possible. As the speech ends, the crowd erupts in applause, cheers echoing through the ship. There is no turning back now. The rebellion is no longer a small group of humans trying to survive, it is a force to be reckoned with, one that will challenge the might of the Vectron Empire and fight for the freedom of all. The final moments of the chapter show Captain Briggs and her crew standing at the helm of their ship, ready to lead their newly formed alliance into battle. The stars outside the window represent both the vastness of the galaxy and the immense challenge ahead of them. But the humans are no longer afraid. They are united, stronger than ever, and they have something the Vectrons can never take away: hope. "Let's go save the galaxy," Captain Briggs says, her voice calm but filled with determination. As the fleet, made up of humans, robots, rogue AI, and freed species, launches into the stars, ready to take on the might of the Vectron Empire, it's clear that humanity's call has been heard. The rebellion is no longer just a spark, it's a blazing fire that will burn bright, pushing back against the darkness of tyranny. The war for the galaxy's future has truly begun, the time has finally come. After months of planning, gathering allies, and building a formidable resistance, the humans and their newfound allies prepare for the most critical mission of all, a direct assault on the heart of the Vectron Empire, the alien capital. This is the final battle, the moment where everything will either fall into place or come crashing down in defeat. The stakes are higher than ever before. Captain Sarah Briggs stands at the head of the Allied forces, her eyes focused on the task ahead. With her is a fleet of human ships, robot allies, and sentient beings from all corners of the galaxy, each one united by the cause of freedom. The Vectron capital, a colossal city-state floating above an artificial planet, looms in the distance. It's a symbol of the alien empire's power, its surface covered with towering spires, massive defensive shields, and fleets of warships. This is where the fate of the galaxy will be decided. The humans are outgunned, outnumbered, and underprepared for a direct confrontation. But what they lack in resources, they make up for in sheer determination, resourcefulness, and ingenuity. With the help of their allies, they've developed a new set of tactics designed to challenge the superior technology of the Vectrons. Using cloaking devices, stealth strategies, and guerrilla warfare, they aim to hit the Vectron capital with the element of surprise. "This is it," Captain Briggs says to her crew as the assault begins. "We go in fast, hit hard, and take them down. We're not just fighting for Earth anymore, we're fighting for everyone." The battle begins with a massive explosion as the first wave of human ships, cloaked and invisible to the Vectron sensors, break through the outer defenses of the capital. The Vectron ships scramble to respond, but they are caught off guard by the surprise assault. Explosions rock the alien capital as the humans, alongside their allies, unleash their firepower. The Vectron defense systems are overwhelmed by the sudden strike, and for a brief moment, it seems like victory is within reach. But the Vectrons are not so easily defeated. They regroup quickly, and the sky over the capital darkens with the arrival of the full Vectron fleet. The humans are now engaged in an all-out space battle. The advanced Vectron warships unleash torrents of energy blasts, while the Allied ships fight back with everything they have. The sound of exploding ships and the chaos of battle fills the air as both sides clash with fury. Despite their superior tactics, the humans are still fighting an uphill battle. Amid the chaos, Captain Briggs faces a dire decision. The Vectron capital is heavily defended, and the human forces are pushing deeper into the city. They've broken through the outer layers of the capital's defenses, but they're quickly running out of time and ammunition. The Vectron fleet is closing in, and reinforcements are arriving faster than expected. The pressure is mounting. In order to destroy the Vectron Empire once and for all, Captain Briggs realizes that they could launch a devastating attack directly on the heart of the capital, targeting the main reactor that powers the entire city. If the reactor is destroyed, it would cripple the Vectron Empire, causing their entire infrastructure to collapse. However, there's a catch: destroying the reactor would also annihilate millions of innocent lives living in the capital, many of whom may have been forced into servitude by the Vectrons themselves. The decision weighs heavily on Captain Briggs. She knows that sacrificing the lives of millions to end the tyranny could save countless others across the galaxy, but the thought of innocent lives being wiped out is a moral dilemma she cannot ignore. She struggles with the choice, knowing that the fate of the galaxy rests in her hands. The emotional toll of this decision is immense, and she feels the burden of every life that will be lost, regardless of the outcome. "We can't make this choice lightly," Captain Briggs tells her crew, her voice full of anguish. "We've fought for freedom, for lives worth living. But this isn't a simple decision. This is the moment where we decide what kind of future we want. And that future can't be built on the bodies of innocents." After a tense silence, the crew collectively decides they cannot destroy the reactor. They must find another way to defeat the Vectrons without wiping out the innocent population of the capital. It's a decision that's fraught with uncertainty, but they know it's the right one. They'll have to fight smarter, not harder. As they regroup and plan a new strategy, one of the crew members, Lieutenant Frank Bonner, steps forward with a quiet resolve. Bonner has always been the team's strong and steady presence, but he knows that this mission is their only shot at victory. He volunteers for a dangerous mission to disable the Vectron defenses without triggering a catastrophic explosion. It's a one-way mission, and Bonner knows the risks. "I'll do it," Bonner says, his voice calm. "I'm not going to let you carry this burden alone. If it means saving the rest of you, then I'll sacrifice myself." Captain Briggs protests, but Bonner insists. "We've come this far together. It's my turn to make sure you all make it out. Don't make this harder than it has to be, Captain. The galaxy needs us." With heavy hearts, the crew watches as Bonner boards a small, unmanned ship designed to infiltrate the heart of the Vectron defenses. The mission is incredibly risky, and he knows that there's no guarantee he will survive. As the ship launches toward its destination, the crew watches in silence, knowing that Bonner's sacrifice could change everything. In a tense, emotional sequence, Bonner successfully infiltrates the heart of the Vectron defense system. As he activates the final code to disable the main reactor and power down the city's defenses, the ship is hit by enemy fire, and the transmission goes dark. The crew is left in stunned silence. "Frank," whispers Captain Briggs, her voice breaking. "No, not you." Bonner's death is a devastating blow to the crew, but it also serves as a rallying cry. His sacrifice ensures that the rest of the rebellion will have a chance to win. It's a moment that solidifies their resolve. Bonner gave his life for this fight, and they will not let his sacrifice be in vain. As the Vectron defenses crumble and the Allied forces push into the heart of the capital, Captain Briggs and her team fight with renewed vigor. Bonner's death fuels their determination to bring justice to the galaxy. They move forward, no longer fighting for survival but for the memory of those they've lost and the freedom of those still enslaved. The battle for the Vectron capital rages on, but the humans and their allies are no longer fighting an impossible fight. With each passing moment, the Empire weakens. And as the final blows are struck, it becomes clear that the galaxy's fate is no longer in the hands of the Vectrons. The humans, once thought to be extinct, have risen to become the galaxy's saviors. The war is far from over, but humanity has proven that even in the darkest of times, it can rise, fight, and win, no matter the cost. The galaxy has been forever changed. The once mighty Vectron Empire, which held countless worlds in its ruthless grip, has fallen. The battle for the alien capital was long and grueling, but humanity's tenacity and determination proved to be stronger than the advanced technology of their oppressors. With the Vectrons defeated and their empire crumbling, a new era begins, one of freedom, hope, and rebuilding. Humanity's role in this victory is undeniable. Once thought to be extinct, they have become the symbol of resistance and triumph. They have shown the galaxy that even in the face of overwhelming odds, a single determined species can rise and bring down an empire. The humans, alongside their allies, are celebrated across the galaxy as the ultimate rescuers, and their struggle has inspired countless other species to stand up against oppression. In the wake of the Vectron collapse, the galaxy is left in a state of disarray. Planets that once suffered under the alien empire now look to the humans for guidance. Despite their hardships and the heavy losses they've faced, the humans stand as beacons of hope. The rebellion's success has sparked a wave of unity among the oppressed species, and they are now working together to establish a new order, one where freedom, justice, and equality are the foundations of the galaxy's future. Humanity has earned its place as the leaders of this new world. The courage and resourcefulness shown by Captain Briggs and her team have not only secured victory but also paved the way for the galaxy to rebuild and heal. Now, humans and their allies are dedicated to rebuilding what was lost, creating a future where no one is enslaved, and the horrors of the past are never repeated. As the new order begins to take shape, Captain Briggs stands on the surface of Earth, the planet she once thought she would never see again. Earth, the home of humanity, is beginning to recover from the devastation caused by the Vectron invasion. Once a planet on the brink of extinction, Earth is now the center of a thriving, multicultural society. The cities are being rebuilt, and the environment is healing. The scars of the past are still visible, but they are now reminders of the resilience and determination of the human spirit. Captain Briggs, though weary from the long battle, is filled with hope. Standing alongside her crew, she gazes at the horizon where Earth's skyline gleams under the light of a new sun. The war is over, but the work is just beginning. It is now up to humanity to lead the galaxy into a new era, one of peace and cooperation. This is only the beginning, Captain Briggs says to her team, her voice full of conviction. We've won the war, but the real challenge is ahead of us. We need to rebuild, to heal, and to guide the galaxy toward a future of peace. Humanity has risen from the ashes, and we will make sure we never fall again. Her words are met with nods of agreement from her team. They've fought for this moment, and now it's time to see their vision for the future come to life. The galaxy is no longer in the hands of an oppressive empire, but in the hands of those who understand the value of life, freedom, and unity. As the camera pulls back, we see Earth in the distance, bustling with life and activity. Humans, robots, AI, and beings from all across the galaxy work side by side to rebuild their world. The devastation caused by the war is still fresh, but it is now overshadowed by the collective effort to create something better. The future is full of promise. Years later, Earth is flourishing. The once scorched surface is now home to cities that rise high above the land, filled with life, technology, and culture. The air is clean, the oceans are healing, and the forests are regrowing. The scars left by the Vectron invasion have faded, but the memories of their sacrifice remain ingrained in the hearts of all who fought. Humans have not only rebuilt their home, but they've also become leaders in a galaxy that is now united. The alliances formed during the rebellion have remained strong, and a new council of species governs the galaxy, ensuring that the horrors of the past are never repeated. Humans, once an underdog species on the brink of extinction, now lead the way in technology, science, and diplomacy. The galaxy, once divided by war and oppression, is now a place where cooperation and mutual respect thrive. The new order they've established is a testament to the power of unity and the resilience of those who refuse to be oppressed. Captain Briggs, now an icon of hope and leadership, watches as humans and their allies explore the stars once again. No longer is humanity isolated or powerless. They are a force for good, ready to face the challenges of the future with courage, wisdom, and compassion. As the final scene unfolds, we see a fleet of ships, human ships, alien ships, and those of their allies, launching from Earth's surface, heading out into the galaxy to explore new worlds, make new discoveries, and ensure that peace is maintained. The stars that once represented an unreachable future now represent a future filled with endless possibilities. The story ends with a voiceover from Captain Briggs. Humanity's legacy is not just one of survival. It is one of hope. It is one of resilience. And it is one of a future built on the strength of our unity. We will continue to explore, to grow, and to protect the peace we fought so hard for. The galaxy is ours to shape, and we will make sure it remains a place where freedom and justice reign. As the fleet disappears into the stars, the screen fades to black, and the message is clear: humanity has not only survived, they have risen, and their journey has just begun.